Something happened in 2001 that changed how you spend money forever, and you probably don't even know it happened. Drazen Prelec and Duncan Simester, two researchers at MIT, ran an experiment that should terrify anyone with a wallet. They auctioned off tickets to a sold-out Boston Celtics game. Half the participants were told they could only pay with cash. The other half? Credit card only. The credit card group bid up to twice as much. Same tickets, same game, same people, basically. But the ones paying with plastic spent up to 100% more. Now here's what's really going to mess with your head. By the time this video is over, you're going to realize that you personally have likely burned through thousands of dollars without getting anything extra for it. Nothing. Just gone. And the worst part is, your brain doesn't even register it happening. This is the payment psychology effect. And if you're a typical millennial, it's quietly draining about $5,000 a year from your life. Let's break down why. When you hand over cash, something very specific happens in your brain. Your insula lights up. That's the pain processing center. The same region that fires when you burn your hand on a stove or watch someone get hurt. Your brain literally experiences something similar to pain when you hand over physical money. This was documented by Brian Knutson at Stanford in 2007. He put people in fMRI machines and had them make purchasing decisions. When prices appeared, the insula activated. The brain was saying, ouch, this costs something. This is your built-in spending brake system. It's actually protecting you. But credit cards? They don't just avoid triggering this pain response. They actually stimulate your brain's reward center instead. The nucleus accumbens starts firing. That's the same region that lights up when you eat good food or get a like on social media. Your brain doesn't register spending. It registers anticipating a reward. You're not losing money. You're gaining something. At least that's what your brain thinks. Now let's talk about the 5 specific psychological traps that credit cards exploit. Trap number 1 is called coupling, or actually decoupling. With cash, the payment and the consumption are glued together. You buy coffee, you hand over $5, you feel the loss at the exact same moment you get the drink. Perfectly coupled. But with credit cards, the payment gets decoupled. You get the coffee now, the reward now, but the actual money leaving your account. That happens weeks later, all lumped together with dozens of other transactions. Your brain can't connect the purchase to the pain. The spending brake is completely bypassed. Trap number 2 is payment friction, or the lack of it. Every additional step between wanting something and buying it gives your rational brain time to kick in. Cash requires counting, handing over, waiting for change. That's friction. One-click purchasing, tap to pay, Apple Pay. These are engineered to eliminate friction. A study in the Journal of Consumer Research found that reducing payment friction alone can increase spending by 30 to 40%. The tech companies know this. That's not an accident, it's a feature. Trap number 3 is the rewards illusion. Points, miles, cash back. You've been told these are benefits, free money even. But Priya Raghubir and Joydeep Srivastava published research showing that reward programs fundamentally change how you evaluate purchases. You stop asking, can I afford this? And you start asking, how many points will I get? The reward becomes the focus, not the cost. And here's the really clever part. The average cash back rate is about 1.5%, but people with rewards cards spend an average of 40% more than they would with cash or debit. So you're earning 1.5% back on 40% extra spending. The math doesn't work in your favor, not even close. Trap number 4 is the pain of watching the cash go. With physical money, you see your wallet get thinner. You see a stack of 20s become a stack of 5s. There's a visual cue that you have less. With credit, there's no visual feedback. Your credit limit doesn't shrink in front of your eyes. Your card looks the same whether you've spent $50 or $5,000. Researchers at the University of Maryland found that people systematically underestimate their credit card balances by about 30%. And trap number 5 is what's called the prestige effect. Credit cards signal something. They signal access, status, financial freedom. Your brain associates credit with abundance, cash with scarcity. This was actually studied by Richard Feinberg at Purdue. People with credit cards in their wallet were willing to spend more even before they used them. Just having the card changed their spending behavior. Now let's do the math that matters. The average millennial household spends about $52,000 a year. Studies consistently show that paying with plastic instead of cash leads to a 40% increase in spending. Now, to be clear, that doesn't mean you personally overspend by 40% on everything. Some of your spending is fixed. Rent, insurance, utilities. The overspending happens mostly in discretionary categories. Groceries, dining out, shopping, entertainment. Let's be conservative. Say you have $15,000 a year in discretionary spending that could be cash or card. A 30 to 40% overspend on just that portion gets you to $4,500 to $5,000 a year. Gone. Not on better things, not on higher quality, just spent more because of how you paid. That's a vacation. That's an investment portfolio. That's student loan payoff money, vanished into the psychology of payment. And if you invested that $5,000 a year instead at 8% average returns over 30 years, that's $611,000. Over $500,000 lost to the way you swipe. So what do you actually do about this? First, the cash diet challenge. Pick one category where you overspend the most. Groceries, dining out, whatever it is, and for 1 month, pay for only that category with cash. Studies show this alone can reduce spending in that category by 20 to 30% within weeks. Second, add friction back. Delete your saved credit cards from online stores. Turn off one-click purchasing. Make yourself get up, find your wallet, and type in the number every single time. Those extra 30 seconds are enough for your rational brain to catch up and ask, do I actually need this? Third, use the 24-hour rule. For any non-essential purchase over $50, wait 1 day before buying. Research from UCLA shows this eliminates about 70% of impulse purchases, not because you decided against them, because you forgot about them, which tells you everything about whether you actually wanted them. Fourth, track spending in real time. Not at the end of the month when the statement arrives. Every day or every few days. Check your balance. Reconnect the pain to the purchase. Apps that send you a notification every time you spend actually trigger some of that same insular response. It won't work as well as cash, but it helps. Here's the bottom line. The payment psychology effect is not a personal failure. It's not about willpower. It's about understanding that your brain has a specific wiring, and credit card companies have spent billions engineering around it. The system is designed for you to overspend, but now you know the traps: decoupling, friction elimination, the rewards illusion, invisible balances, and the prestige effect. You don't have to cut up your cards, you just have to be deliberate about when you use them, pay with cash when it matters, add friction when you can. And always, always remember that your brain is being played. The more aware you are of the game, the less it costs you. If this was useful, consider subscribing. I make videos about money psychology, investing, and building wealth without the fluff. No pressure, though. Just know the next video might save you even more.